to be chosen and committed to by a specific person, one thing that you really want to look for and look through is you choosing yourself. Okay, that's going to be one of the most important things, and to be chosen and to be committed to by anybody in your reality. You have to choose yourself because you are the main character of your show. So stop acting like you are a side or an extra. You're the main character. You're the conscious creator. You're the only one in your reality that can create. You are writing the script for every single person in your reality, including yourself. So what do we want to do? We want to stop with the negative talk. So we want to choose ourselves. And one way we can do that is stop with our negative talk. Refrain from calling yourself any sort of names. Okay? I want you to think about yourself as someone who is lovable. We want to start redirecting our brain from all that negative self-talk because everybody's overhearing what we're saying about ourselves, and reality is a mirror. So we need to, number one, stop talking negative about ourselves and start choosing ourselves. Okay? So really, when that negative talk starts coming in, I want you to stop it and start thinking of yourself as someone who's lovable. Okay, so if you don't think you're good enough, you need to change that. These will repel your specific person if you're continuously thinking those, okay, because they are you pushed out and they're only reflecting what your inner speech is going on about yourself. So instead, why don't you make a list about yourself, what makes you so amazing and so great, right? List those things out. Start thinking from those thoughts. Stop being the worst critic about yourself. Put yourself first. Choose yourself by talking nicely to yourself, by accepting yourself. We're giving ourselves what we want from our specific person, okay? So honesty, trust, communication, commitment. We want to start seeing ourselves as somebody that embodies all those, okay? We also want to see ourselves as someone who's important, okay? So start accepting yourself. Start choosing yourself by accepting yourself. Stop looking at your flaws. Start focusing on what you do bring to the table. Okay, self-acceptance is key because if you don't accept yourself and you think you have these flaws, they're going to be transmitted to your specific person because they are just mirroring you. Okay, so now your new thoughts are, I am rare. I am important. You're going to list out everything that you're bringing to the table and start focusing on your strengths and your qualities. Okay. List out things of being chosen, what that feels like. Start saying those things to yourself. I am chosen. I create intentions surrounding this. And again, we're going to stop with the negative talk. We're going to start choosing ourselves, start seeing ourselves as someone who is valuable, okay, who is worthy of having what we want. And that's what choosing ourselves looks like. And when we choose ourselves, when we say nice things about ourselves, that gets pushed out to our specific person, okay? Because they, again, are just our mirror. So they're just going to reflect to us what we think about ourselves. So we want to start putting ourselves first, start seeing ourselves as a star of the show, seeing that we are worthy and valuable how we are, accepting ourselves despite our flaws that we think we have, because you're perfect, whole, and complete. So you need to start choosing yourself so your specific person chooses you.
Now, how you think this person thinks about you has everything to do with how they show up in your life. Now, when you change these assumptions, you are not literally putting thoughts in their mind and literally changing what they think about. What they think about does not matter. All that matters is what you think about. You are the conscious awareness of your experience. You are the observer. You are the creator. You are the magnet, which either attracts or repels things. So you need to be very aware, very mindful of what you think they are thinking of in regards to you, in regards to what you want within this relationship, in regards to them choosing you, in regards to them committing to you. So you need to change your vibration to become a match to new results. For example, you could say, I believe that they see me as valuable and irreplaceable in their life. I trust that they appreciate my unique and special qualities. I am so grateful for the wonderful way that they see me. I am confident that they see me as their ideal person, their perfect partner, the person that they've been waiting their entire life for. I feel loved, respected, and cherished in their eyes. What if they wanted nothing more than to please me and make me happy? What if they were afraid of losing me? I know that they want to prioritize me and make me feel special in their life. Now, these are just examples, but just make a list of all of the experiences you want to have and then say, like, a what if they wanted nothing more than to do this for me? What if they wanted it too for them? What if their needs and values and their desires were exactly on the same page as me? What if we were in perfect harmony with the same desires, the same needs? What if they wanted to make me happy? You could use what ifs. You could use I am so lucky. I am so grateful. I love that. You could use I am, whatever phrasing you want, but make sure to emphasize this idea of them wanting the same things as you, not being wishy-washy on this, but assuming it to be true. Even just posing a mere suggestion.
Another area that we want to look at is looking at our general beliefs about relationships and commitments. All right, you want to start looking at that. These can come from anything. So you want to avoid these sort of assumptions, okay? Avoid these things as they're going to repel your specific person and it's going to block your manifestation of what you want to be chosen and committed to. So such things as, and there could be more than that, but relationships don't last. Um, it's too good to be true. Things start out great and then they fizzle out. Men don't want a commitment. Men aren't romantic. They're not good communicators. Women are gold diggers. Men only want one thing. I can't get what I want. I'm unlucky in love. Okay, we want to start recognizing if we're having these limited assumptions and we want to stop using those. Okay, we want to stop using those and avoiding those. These might be your experience that's already manifested out, or you may have been passed on this from, your parents or childhood, or movies, social media. These assumptions can come from that, music, and come from so many different places. So we just want to start being aware that those sort of assumptions are not serving us. Because if we adopt those sort of assumptions, they're going to be manifested out in our reality, as everybody is just a mirror to what we have going on in our minds here. So we want to stop saying those sort of assumptions because they're not serving us anymore. So really look at what your general beliefs are and assumptions. I gave you some, and if those are yours, stop those. Okay, avoid those. Let's create some new beliefs, some new assumptions. Okay, relationships work for me. I am lucky in love. Relationships get better and better for me as time goes on. My SP loves romance and loves to shower me with affection, attention, love, and adoration. Okay, I always receive top tier royal treatment for my relationships. My SP can't live without me. I add so much value to them. Relationships are so easy for me. Relationships get better with time. Commitment is easy for me to receive. I see I'm allowed to have a commitment. I give myself permission to have a commitment. I feel great about being chosen. Okay, it's easy for me to be chosen. So we want to really redirect our thoughts in regards to what our assumptions about relationships and commitments in general, as well as how we see ourselves in relationships and commitment. Okay, even if we've not experienced or we have experienced, good or bad, we only want to start choosing, okay, being aware of what our negative thoughts are, and start choosing the new assumptions that we want to create in our reality, because we know we're the conscious creator, and what we say, what we think, okay, the majority of the time dominantly is going to be manifested out. So we really want to look at those assumptions surrounding relationships and commitments in general, and in relation to you, okay, what your self-image is in relation to that.
Now, you definitely want to avoid the negative assumptions. I'm sure you've been making a ton of these. Now, you may think you know what is inside of their head. For example, maybe they really have said negative things before to you in the past and rejected you. Now, I know that this sucks, but the cool thing is that human beings change their mind all of the time. So you don't actually know what is happening in their mind right now. Like, just because they said something negative before in the past doesn't mean they still believe it. Doesn't mean that it has to be true in the future. Does not mean they cannot change their mind. So stop reinforcing the things you don't want. Stop feeling obligated to have this train of thinking, this mindset. So definitely avoid, turn it off like a light switch. Things like, they want to be with someone else. They feel better off without me. They're so glad I stopped texting. They are probably looking at other girls on Instagram and want someone who is thinner, prettier, funnier. You know what I'm talking about. And stop imagining them planning to hurt you, glad they're ignoring you, and glad with not being in a committed relationship with you. So again, you don't actually know what is inside of their mind, so stop assuming the worst. Stop pretending like you do know what is inside of their mind because you really don't. And because you really don't, it gives you this absolute freedom to imagine anything you want. So stop being wishy-washy. Turn off these thoughts like a light bulb. Like if you have a hard time assuming the positive stuff, just at least turn off the negative stuff. It'll have nearly the same effect because merely just turning off these negative assumptions can be enough to create immediate results, which will build momentum, which will then make the positive assumptions so much easier to believe.
So, what happens if your specific person has said something to you or is doing something to you, or you're seeing a circumstance that you don't like in your reality? So, let's say that they have said to you that they're never going to settle down, or they never want to get married, or they don't believe in marriage, or you're just friends with benefits and they just want to keep it loose and have a casual relationship. So, what do you do when that shows up in your reality? And how do we overcome that and transcend that to create the reality that we want, where we're being chosen and we're being pursued and we're being committed to? Okay, again, we want to realize that we want to renounce these circumstances. Okay, we want to renounce them and realize again that they're meaningless. They're only coming to show us what we think our assumptions are. They're showing us our limiting subconscious beliefs, because these people, what they're saying, what they're doing, these circumstances are only a reflection of what we have going on subconsciously, okay, behind the scenes. So it's just a state of consciousness of feeling unchosen, feeling unworthy, okay, about them, about yourselves, about relationships. It's about those assumptions surrounding, again, about yourself, about your specific person, about relationships in general. It doesn't mean anything. It's just feedback, okay? It does not matter what they said, because it's not true. It's just merely, they're just reflecting. Okay, it's like if you have a mirror up, they're just reflecting back your assumptions, okay? Because reality is a feedback loop. It's telling you who you think you are, what you think you're worthy of, what you think that you deserve subconsciously, okay? Therefore, whatever they said is meaningless. So we need to stop thinking of it as being something so real and so solid. I understand you think it's that way, but we're creating a new paradigm shift, okay? Realizing we are the conscious creators of our reality, okay? So what we want to do, remind ourselves, is whatever we focus on is going to grow. So if you continuously hearing them say, I just want friends with benefits, or they said this, they don't want a commitment, you're keeping that story alive, okay? You're believing that your specific person has free will and what they say is golden, forgetting that they're just mirroring back what you have going on. So instead, what do you want to do? You want to see yourself as somebody who is worthy, okay? Worthy of having that commitment, worthy of having that desire, okay? Reminding yourself that they're just reflecting in what your state of consciousness is about yourself. So you can set some boundaries, okay, of what you want. What will you tolerate? As they are mirroring back to you what you think. Sometimes people are scared to set boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries because they're mirroring back. So if you think that you can only see them with friends with benefits, they're going to mirror that back. But soon as you change it into, no, I deserve to have a committed relationship where someone is always choosing me. I deserve not to be hidden anymore. I deserve to be included. That's going to be outpictured in your reality the more you say that. So you want to avoid telling that old story, okay? Write down what you will tolerate, okay, and what you won't tolerate, and remind yourself that boundaries are not going to make somebody lose you. You're not going to lose somebody. And if you start thinking that way, then it's your assumption, and that's going to be outpictured again. So again, you want to bring it back to you, putting yourself first, putting yourself the star of the show. Okay, what are you going to tolerate? Revise what they said to you. Write a new script of them telling you how amazing you are, okay? They're head over heels in love with you. They only have eyes for me. They only have eyes for you. They want a committed relationship with you. You made them decide that they don't want friends with benefits anymore. You made them decide they want marriage, okay? We want to start taking the circumstances, what's been said to us, realize that's just a mirror, okay? Remind yourself that you can change this because you're the scriptwriter, you're the director, and you're the actor, okay, with these new things. They only want a commitment with me. They show me off to everybody. They're always including me in everybody. I feel so good to be included. I feel so loved and committed to. Don't miss part 1 of our collaboration on Veronica's channel. The description's in the link below.